Hello, friends. I'm getting my glasses. Marathon. Hello. How are you? Oh my gosh, they're smudgy. Exiled Fae. Hello. Wolf. Hello. Bird of Inferno. Hello. Peter. Hello. How are you, friends? Hang on, let me fix my desk mat. And while I'm at it, looky what came. I was talking about this yesterday. It's my other cross stitch. So I'm doing this one for Flutter Dye, and I'm doing this one for Woof. I think I'm gonna start this one first, cause it's slightly smaller. And I was checking it this morning, and so when you do, for anyone who doesn't know, when you do counted cross stitch, you start in the middle. So it marks on the chart where it tells you what the stitches are. So you can see it has these like heavy black lines on the side and on the top. So the middle is right here in Belle's hair. So we're gonna start with Belle. I'm gonna start that on Friday. I'm super excited. I think the horse one is going to be a little bit more complicated to start because the middle is just sort of in the middle of its head. So I might start with the moon when I start that one. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do cross stitch for my friends for a while. And now I'm finally doing it. Everything in life should be for Flutter. I mean, a fair number of things should be for Flutter. She deserves things. Good enough relaxing for the evening? Well, I'm glad to hear you're relaxing, Marathon. Hopefully we can help with that. AB Coffee, hello. Lomi, hello. Oh my gosh, everyone's here. Gotta do some boring adult stuff. But now you're here and that makes it better. Well, I'm glad that I can help make adulting better. You guys, I'm a little bit late because I, too, had to do some adulting this morning. My iPad charging cable is, like, done with the universe. So I have another one, but it's super short. So I spent the morning on Amazon being like, because I messaged Flutter, who actually I bought my iPad from. And I was like, do all Apple products have the same charger? Because when you go on Amazon and type Apple charger, it just brings up like a bunch of the same thing. So I was like, oh, are they all the same? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh. So it was a toss between trying to find a cord that's long enough and that fits my iPad. Gosh dang it. I started my white noise before I came on and my iPad turned off while I was getting my coffee and now I have to reload it and I'm so mad. I think 4 and older had that old long charger. Yeah, I mean, I know nothing about Apple products. I own one singular Apple product and it's this iPad right here. And what has happened is like the keyboard that came with it died, the Apple keyboard. So I had to buy a new keyboard, a new case, and I'm just like, like that was hard enough as it was. Like I've at least figured out how to confirm what type of iPad I have. I have an iPad Pro 9.7 inch. So I at least know that. So there's a lot of, okay, this charger is 6 feet long and works with my iPad. This charger is 10 feet long, but doesn't say that it works with my iPad. So I got a 6-foot one. Hopefully it's long enough. I got a 2-pack. I'm glad mine uses USB-C. I think mine uses USB-C too, but I don't know. Hang on, let me... So here's my, I'll just dig it out of the garbage. Here's my dead charger, which I taped together, but then I was like, no, that's a fire hazard, so I stopped using it. So this is the charger that it uses. It looks like all the ones I found on Amazon. This doesn't mean anything to me though. Hey, Brian Liu. All does technologies, so confusing. I know, right? Why can't we just have one universal thing that works for everything, you guys? The newest stuff might be moving to USB-C, no clue. Maybe I don't have USB-C then. That's a lightning charger. Yes. Is that different from USB-C? I know things. I don't think there is a Thunder charger. I couldn't find one. Oh man, why isn't there a Sharknado charger? Missed opportunity. No, keep jesting. Keep jesting. Also, how are you, Brian Lou? I haven't seen you in a while. In the UK, they're generalizing all chargers. I would love that. Elizabeth Warren suggested that and people made fun of her. But come on, like, I have, like, I don't even know if you guys can see it, but behind this dragon, that's just a box of charging cables. That's how many charging cables I have. Is an entire box full. Because each of my different things, my Kindle, my phone, my iPad keyboard, they all have different chargers. And it's like, I just want to have one thing that I plug into the wall and it charges all the things. My phone uses Lightning, but my iPad uses USB-C, and it's a pain, but my phone also does wireless charging. Oh, that's nice. So maybe, okay, so I have a Lightning charger, and I think Lightning is what I ordered rather than USB-C then. I'll adjust my glasses while I say this. It'll make me sound smarter. I was so mad when iPhones took the round headphone plug off. Yeah, I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but I have an Android. With jellyfish on the front and a kraken on the back. My iPad is the only Apple thing I own. I suppose you could get like 5 different converter attachments. I was just thinking that this morning. I was like, I could just get a USB to USB extension adapter, but then I was like, is that safe for when you're charging? Now I have to have the adapter to plug my phone into my car stereo. And people were saying on Amazon that only certain cables work with like the Apple Car thing as well. So, oh my goodness. Have I missed anything? Chargers can be so frustrating. Yes. Embrace the horse. Woof, I will. I'm thinking that I'm going to start Flutters this week and I might start yours next week or the week after, depending. I'm doing pretty good. I did not sleep well last night, so if there's more chaos on this stream than usual, I apologize. Oh my gosh. $500 in accessories? Tell me about it. I also specifically was looking for chargers that didn't cost $30 because, oh my goodness. Haven't been around in a while. I hope you're doing okay, Brian Lou. The UK does things just better than us Americans. Jellies, yes, I love jellyfish. Jellyfish, octopus, all the tentacly things. And the nerd who isn't looking for technology on Amazon, instead I'm looking for wooden lawn games. Hey, go for it. I'm only looking for technology because I need my Apple thing to charge. My Apple thing, my iPad. I need my Apple majiggy to charge. Shugras, hello. Welcome, welcome. I was so mad about the iPhone headphones as well. I used my headphone 3.5M jack to plug into my mixing desk, my phone interviews, and I was so mad I couldn't use my last phone as replacement. Yeah, I don't think, because my iPad is old enough that it still has the regular, because I'm just using regular wired headphones, so I was never really on the Apple train, so I was just like, eh. Apple, can I just say, though, Apple stuff is such a pain to buy, though, because it was like when I needed to replace my Apple keyboard, I went on Amazon and I typed, you know, Apple iPad keyboard, and it brings up a bunch of third-party stuff, and it was the same with the charger. It was like, I could not find an actual, like, Apple charger, like, provided by Apple. And I was like, I guess I would have to go to an Apple store, but then they're going to charge me like 4 times more. And I don't want to pay $30 for a charging cable. So I paid $15 for a 2-pack of lightning chargers that are 6 feet long. And hopefully that'll be long enough for what I need. My brother is an audio engineer. He recommended it to me. Oh. I love it when people have emote walls so my planes can fly. Yes. I love it when the emotes just splash across the stream, so please feel free to spam them as much as you want. I used to plug my Blue Yeti mic into my phone with 3.5 jack, and now I can't do that. Oh no, that sucks. Sugaraz, by the way, how are you? How are you, my friend? What chaos are you causing today? I hate how much on the Apple train I got. I started with an iPod Touch, then got into an iPhone, then a Mac and an iPad. I mean, I have an iPad because my dearest friend Flutter got a newer one, and she was like, I'll sell you my old one for like $250, and I was like, okay. Because I needed a tablet. And I was getting rid of I used to write on a laptop, which I adored. But it just got to the point where I needed an upgrade, and the only way you can upgrade laptops is to buy a new one. It's not really cost effective. So I switched to Tower PC, as you can see. That's Asma back there, my sweet blue-eyed boy. But then I was like, I need something that I can use to write when I travel. And I don't really want to lug an older laptop. So I use the iPad for that. I use it around the house. It's really good for when I'm not feeling well or when I want like portable white noise. I'm using it right now for white noise so that it doesn't play on stream, because I can't play this white noise on stream. But yeah, so I have this little keyboard that connects via Bluetooth. Cute little retro style keyboard that attaches to my iPad, and then that becomes like my writing utensil when I'm away, or if I need to step out of the house for a couple hours. Like when we were showing our house prior to buying this house, we were showing our old house, I would take my iPad to the coffee shop and just write. That was pre-COVID. So yeah. I had a cousin who worked at the Apple store, so we got discounts. Nice. I also worked for a person whose mom is an independent consultant for Apple, so I got a quasi-free tech help. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, really it comes down to, too, like, I know people who have been using Apple stuff forever, and it's intuitive for them. It's not intuitive for me. I've had this iPad for like 4 years, and I'm still learning how to do new things with it because I just don't know the interface. All the things that Apple users do, like, by default, I don't know to do. But it is convenient for, you know, it's convenient, so I use it. What I want is the ability of cross-system compatibility. I want to be able to put something on my iPad from my PC and not have it be a major pain in the ass. I want that, you know, in The Expanse, anyone who's seen The Expanse, how they hold their device and they just go like this and they can just fling data to other devices. Give me that, please. Why do we have wireless technology if I can't just do this and throw something onto my computer? Please make that happen. Please make that a thing. But on Papa Lurk and get some work done? Yes, Lomi, we're gonna get some work done too. Hopefully. Hopefully I can get my brain to focus. Looking for a new tablet, but choosing is hard. Yeah, it is, because there are so many things to consider. Like, do you use PC natively? Apple iPads are actually really convenient. They have a lot of good features. And like, one of my big problems with Windows 10 is that they just use one Windows 10 for everything, for tablet, for phone, for PC, and it's not optimized. So I don't know that I would recommend a Windows tablet. Macs are hard for me. I know they're designed for ease of use, but I've been Windows my whole life. Same. AB Coffee, big same. Pre-COVID and after COVID. Very different states pre-COVID and after COVID. Microsoft trying to do that. Yeah. Microsoft is trying to go the proprietary model that Apple used to make more money. But I don't like proprietary. Already knocked task 1 of 4. Bird of the Inferno, you're amazing. My phone supposedly does this, but it's a crapshoot. Yeah, make that reliable. Apple is great if you only want to interact with other Apple stuff. Exactly, and I need to, like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, Windows is great, because I hate Windows. But I need it for what I do, for some of the things that I do. So it would just be really nice if I could get my iPad and my PC to talk to each other. That would be super cool. I think it's been like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna take these off. I found, what's it called, that Amazon reading tablet thing? A Kindle? I found one in my dad's house and thought that'll be fun, but I hated it. I mean, their Kindles are mostly just for reading. They're not really to be used as a tablet. I like windows, they let in so much sunlight. I like those kind of windows. I agree. Okay. I am going to be having a hard time focusing today, so I'm going to try to force myself to focus. Because I did not sleep well last night. I fell asleep fine, and then I just kept waking up, and I was like, why am I awake again? Why is this happening? So this is Everyone's Child, and the first book of that, Someone's Errant Child. We have actually worlds built, character built, and outlined this on stream. It's all happened within your view. The only thing I kind of sort of hid a little bit was the very end of the book. I did hide the plot a little bit so that we would have some, you know, some mystery involved in the process. We've written the first 3 chapters. We wrote 2 and 3 yesterday. I think this project is starting to flow for me. I hope this project is starting to flow for me. I think I'm getting the groove of it. We're gonna write chapter 4 today, which is supposed to be 2 scenes. And I did previously write this part. I've mentioned a few times I started this way back when I was like in college, and I just stopped working on it because I had no idea what to do with it. The part that I want to write today is written somewhere in all of this tiny font. This part. So this is already about 3,554 words. It would be nice if I could use some of it. Let me make it a readable font. A readable font size. So that we can actually look at it. I don't like Windows. Sun is too much. Are you a vampire, Peter? It's okay. You can tell me. I won't judge. Barefoot Turtle, hello. I keep seeing Someone's Errant Child and get confused thinking it's a sub or follower username, and I'm like, wait, what? I mean, if anyone wants to have it as a username, feel free. It's okay, Peter. I get it. You're not a vampire. I get it. Wink, wink. Okay, so the idea behind this is in the first scene of the book, we had this character, Siri, who is wearing a cloak of concealment, and she's watching the main character, Eliath, struggle to walk down a street. And so now we're sort of returning to Siri for the first time. Mustang, hey! We haven't started yet. We're just about to. How goes your writing and your stream? I assume you're still streaming. Are we crossing the streams? Browse. So we're returning to Siri for the first time after briefly glimpsing her in the opening scene. Siri is part of a group. I'm on an extended break. Nice! I hope it's going well. The writing, and well, the break, but also the writing. I've had to take a streaming break. Oh no, any particular reason or just not feeling it? I admit I had a hard time getting stream started this morning because I was like, do I have the energy? But I was like, you know what? Make some coffee, turn on the camera. It'll happen. And then you all were here, so it's happening. No private space in my house to do it anymore since we took in a teenager. Oh no, Brian, I'm so sorry to hear that. Although I'm sure the teenager really appreciates you helping them out. We did that. We've done that a few times, but back when my husband worked in Quebec, one of his students was sort of unceremoniously kicked out by his aunt shortly after his father passed away, because he was gay and she didn't like that. So we were like, all right, we have a basement room. You live there now until you graduate. Welcome to our house. And it was only about 6 months, which like, the fact that his family like wouldn't help him for like the last few months of his schooling, like so made me mad. But I was like, I'm your temp mom. Welcome to my house. So, yeah, I'm sure she really appreciates having people she can rely on. Is your Siri spelled like Siri? Not like the Siri. It's Seri, not like the Siri in Apple. My eyesight is shockingly bad and I can't see the words on the screen. No worries, we're not going to keep these words up for very long. I'm just mostly just looking at what we have outlined. Actually, sidebar, like, there were so many people in, like, my friend group and my brother's friend group where, like, we were the family that was open and accepting. So my brothers had friends who were like, I told my parents I was gay and they won't let me come to Thanksgiving. So we were like, you're our family now. Welcome to family Thanksgiving. It's crazy, but we feed you. And like, to us, it was just like, you're my friend. You're part of the family. Like, we aren't going to leave you high and dry. But looking back on it now, I realize how, like, for those people, it must have been, like, for the friends who were being taken in, it must have been a much bigger deal because it's not fun to be rejected by your family. And, you know, we were always taught by our parents, and even my grandmother was, like, super chill about this kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't matter who you love, love is love. So we were always like, yeah, I mean, I grew up in central Pennsylvania, grew up in what is now deep red country. So sadly, there was some of that. Like, I pretty much knew most of the kids who had come out in my high school because, you know, we were the weird kids and we accepted everybody else. So we were labeled the weird kids by the popular kids. So I'm pretty sure I have a pretty good idea of most of the people who graduated in my time frame who had come out. Maybe I don't know all the ones who hadn't come out, but and yeah, we were always like, come, it's Thanksgiving, we feed you. It's Christmas, we're putting turkey on your plate. Like, so yeah, just if you have someone in your life, I just got right as I started talking to you, so I'm talking to them and lurking here. No problem, Mustang, you got to do your thing. Yeah, it was like, if you have someone in your life who has been sort of cast astray or cast aside by the people who are supposed to be helping them and caring for them, it means a lot to them if they have someone who can be steady in their life. Someone who isn't gonna mind if they show up at the door and say, hey, I need a place to sleep tonight, or hey, can I have dinner with you? Or, you know, this is the conversation I just had with so-and-so, can I just rant? And never underestimate, like, how much it means to someone to have that friendly ear, that place that they know that they can drop in on at any time. I'm tearing up a little bit just talking about it because I knew too many kids. Like, looking back on my life, I knew too many kids my age who were not treated well by their parents just because, you know, I'm a girl and I dared to love a girl, and no one should have to deal with that. So, exiled Faye, I feel you. Our teen has had issues with self-harm, and she's from a Jehovah's Witness family. Yikes. My husband had a student who was, I don't know if he was trans. They thought that he may have been, but he was definitely gay, and he was from a Jehovah's Witness family. He was very lucky that his family tried. They tried for him. They didn't reject him. They went to therapy and everything to try and be better for him. But it's hard. Like, Jehovah's Witness can be, like, their religion is very not forgiving. So I'm glad that she has someone looking out for her. Absolutely. I'm not going to say that, Peter, because my iPad is sitting right here and it will answer me. It doesn't have a phone on it, but it will answer me. Hey, leader, I have something funny, interesting to share. Please share. Please tell us. It was, yeah, you're right, Brian, it was. And I had mega respect for the family because they said, you know what, this is our son, and we do not want, and he was religious too, like he was also Jehovah's Witness, right? And so it was hard for him, because he wanted to be a part of that community. He wanted to do the things that he believed as a member of that community he should do. And so I really respected the family for standing by him, because it's a dissonance, right? Their religion isn't really, I'm not trying to sit here and slag off Jehovah's Witnesses, but my experience is that their religion doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. So I think that he was very fortunate that his family was willing, right? I'm very proud that all my friends consider me an ally and I do anything to help them. Absolutely, same. And I've said many times, this is a safe space. We absolutely embrace diversity here. Be yourself. Never be ashamed to be yourself. Tell your stories. And we love you. We hear you. And, you know, this is a safe space where anyone can show up. Anyone can be themselves. Anyone can lay their heads. So I'm watching the new Call of Duty showcase, and their new giant map for the Battle Royale game mode is called Al Mazrah. Nice. I wonder if they have a gold drill maneuver. Somebody at me when this discussion is done. Totally get it. It's good to talk about. Sorry, Bird of Inferno. I'm actually going to move on to... I'm going to get back to work, I swear. And I'm sorry. I definitely didn't mean to hit those nerves for you. Yeah, so talking about Siri, not the Apple one, but the book one. So she's basically caught a glimpse of this person of prophecy. She's basically been told this person is, let me just at Bird of Inferno just in case. Oh, Brian Liu did already, actually. Perfect. Thank you, Brian. It's getting so cold here. I heard somewhere today was the first day of autumn. Can someone confirm? I think it is, actually. It would be the equinox. Is it in September? I think it is. What is time? I no longer know post-COVID. So far, basically, Siri has been shown this figure of prophecy and told, this is a person that we've been waiting for. She's going to do something that's going to change the world. We don't know if it will be for the better. And she's part of this group called the Watchers, who basically believe in an ultimate destiny, and they think that they are basically the guardians of this destiny, and they need to make sure that the ultimate destiny happens the way that they think it should happen. So they are going to send Siri to do that, but first they're going to test her. And so that's kind of what I had already written, is that she basically gets taken aside and told that she's been chosen to become a higher level initiate. And I remember when I wrote this scene that I specifically made it a little bit anachronistic. So there are things in this scene that are more modern than what you actually see in the rest of this world. I think I'm going to leave some of that, but I'm not entirely sure. I just want to send some love to Bird of the Inferno. Because we want everyone to be happy in this space. So I am going to read over, I might not read it all out loud, but I am going to read over some of what I wrote before. And I need to decide, I had noted that this was going to be 2 scenes. I need to decide where the break is going to be. So I think I originally wrote it so that her mentor was like, hey, we're going to test you now. And then the next scene is the test. But I think when I wrote it in the outline, I actually did cut it there. So maybe. So they kind of have like, they almost have like a holodeck. This is kind of cool because they basically have like an area that you go into which is basically just this big black open room, but they use magic to weave illusions, kind of like on Star Trek how they do the holodeck, and then people like interact with the holograms. So it's basically like if you imagine someone casting like major illusion, a bunch of major illusions that the people can interact with. But I don't know if she knows that it's an illusion until the very end. Today is the start of Hispanic American Heritage Month. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that, Exiled Faith. Thank you for sharing. It has not... It has actually gotten cooler here, but I haven't been able to open the windows because we've got smoke haze, and it's really not the best. It may be 2022. Don't quote me on that. I feel you. I'm just mad that Daylight Savings got moved to October because it means Halloween is less dark. What? What? We're supposed to be getting rid of Daylight Savings, not moving it to Halloween. Hang on, I gotta blow my nose. Furious. I would love if I could get Siri to respond to computer commands. All right, so let's see what I wrote before. Some of this isn't terrible because I did have at least a grasp of writing when I was in college, so, you know. I wrote Island of Lost Forever shortly after this, the first time. Actually, this may have been after I wrote that the first time. This may have been after I wrote Dreamers Do Lie the first time. Ooh, there's a filing cabinet. Let's see. Siri sighed as she lifted the next of the files to read the names and began rustling through the file drawers to find its proper place. This was quite probably the most boring thing she'd ever done, although it wasn't the first time she had to suffer through the task of organizing files. There were millions of them, but they were divided into more manageable tens of thousands by department. The most menial of tasks was to sort through the new ones and make sure all the updates were put in the proper place. A task saved for those in training. Oh, right this very moment, her mentor was filling out her evaluation. Everyone had to go through it before they could take the test. There was a test to rise to each new level of advancement. You can tell that I was telling myself the mechanics of this world. 5 levels in all. One had to get a good evaluation to be scheduled for the test. Otherwise, they had to stay on their current level of training for an extra period. I like the idea of the files. I like the idea that she's sorting through files. Task 204 done! Bird of Inferno, you're kicking my butt. I'm still on the beginning stages of this. Her mentor, although not conventional, was held in nearly the highest regard of the whole Council of Elders. She was hailed as one of the best. And there were rumors that she had chosen Siri as her student. So there was a one time when they were watching the girl. She doesn't understand what it has to do with her training. But if it was a test, oh noes. I think I'm going to change it a little bit so that she doesn't necessarily know she's being evaluated. Wow, I can tell how young I was when I wrote this. It's so bad. I can tell from reading this, I was just discovering inner monologue, and it's just bad. There's small things, just annoying ones that I have to get done. That's fair. Oh, here's a hydrate for you, Peter. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. It's so funny sometimes to read through things that you wrote, like, years ago. I'm gonna move where I have originally had the chapter break. I do like this idea of her doing files, though. So let's start there. Let's create a chapter 4. Put on some ocean music to write my mermaids, but it's so snoozy, I'm falling asleep. Oh no! I feel you. My brain is very tired today. When I first kind of woke up this morning, I very much did not want to get out of bed, and I was like, I don't even know if I feel like writing today, but I'm gonna do it! I'm horrified to read through early things I wrote, like I had some good ideas, but the execution is just piss poor. That's basically how I felt reading this. I mean, I didn't read it out loud, because, you know, it's not good, but basically there's this paragraph where, she's following this guy into an office, and after every line of dialogue, there's a reaction, which you shouldn't actually do that. So it's fine to break up dialogue and occasionally have a reaction or an action beat in between, but you definitely shouldn't do what I did in here, where there's 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 different lines of dialogue that are broken up by reactions in between. You really kind of only want to do it once or twice. Never do what Megan does. That's just the motto I live by. It's not a bad motto, Shograz. It's not terrible. So this was clearly me trying to figure out, like, how to do an inner monologue and just kind of doing it poorly. You want to sort of block your paragraphs and your action beats in ways that flow, and if you're constantly breaking up the flow of something for some reason, it's very jarring. So you only want to do that when you specifically need to for some reason. And in this case, it's just silly. It's just silly. I always get a kick out of rereading my old work. It bothers me occasionally, but overall I tend to look at it as, look how much better I've gotten. That's a very good point. Oh wow, it isn't that bad for where I was then. Exactly. That's kind of how I feel about this. Like, I'm like, oof, this is not something I would write today, but I can definitely see why I was writing things the way I was. So let's do our first sprint, and then we'll probably need to take a quick ad break. And also a bio break, but yeah, let's do it. Let's see if I can get some words down. I might actually move this over here so that I can reuse some of it. Let's put 20 minutes on the clock. You're actually looking at your process, like you said. You can tell you just had to you had just discovered inner monologue. Exactly, and sometimes it is important to look back and see how far you've come. It's pretty cool that you can see that in the progress you've made. Absolutely, like part of me is dying inside because I'm like, oof, this is so bad. But the rest of me is like, hey, I actually know how to do this now. I can actually execute this scene much better. ECC Bugs, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Tempest, hello. How did the writing go today? I am the most distractible today. I feel that very heavily. We just started our first sprint and we're only like 6 minutes in. And I've been streaming for most of an hour, I think. So that should give you some idea how it's going. The fog, the smoke haze and my brain have just not been meshing well. I found less snoozy music, but now I feel like I'm on a Disney cruise. Nice. We are a gaggle of chatty Cathys. There's nothing wrong with that, really. Bird of Inferno has been cruising through their tasks, though. You slipped on deck and hit your head. We're trying to get through to your subconscious and bring you back to reality. Cruises are petri dishes for all kinds of bugs. They've gotten quite a bit better about managing that sort of thing, I think, since COVID. But I definitely agree. I don't know that now is the time that I would do a cruise. Yeah, Bird of Inferno, you're killing it from what I understand. Hey, Anne, how are you? What is up? Did you see on Victoria's Discord, it's still Hot Peter Summer. It's like Hot Girl Summer, except we're all Hot Peters, and Hot Peter Summer takes place every Wednesday. I did not see. I will have to stop by on Wednesday. Thank you for letting me know. Our summer was weirdly busy this year, so a lot of stuff fell by the wayside. Doing pretty good. Sleepy start to the morning. Didn't sleep the best last night, but I'm feeling pretty good now that I'm getting moving. How have things been going for you, Anne? Oh, is that a Stitch? I love the little Stitch emotes. Stitch is my favorite. Man, when Lilo and Stitch was first coming out, I loved how Disney marketed it by making commercials for their other properties and having Stitch crash them. It was amazing. Shout out to Twitch sending me the email that you're live. An hour after I went live? I loved those, like, I remember the one where, like, the Little Mermaid, like, Ariel was singing on the rock and then the spaceship, like, crashed and splashed her and she was, like, furious. I loved those commercials. They were so great. Best marketing campaign Disney's ever done, in my opinion. Neogetta, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. How are you? It's the 20th anniversary of Lilo and Stitch. Are you kidding me? I'm old, you guys. I'm old also. I feel you, Tempest. Some days I'm like yesterday we were in Sable's chat and someone was saying, you youngins and your fancy spreadsheets, and I was like, yeah, youngness, and then someone's like, it's the 20th anniversary of Lilo and Stitch, and I'm like, I'm decrepit. I'm unsure exactly when it came out, but I know it was delayed for months after 9/11 because they had to reanimate the final chase scene. Ah! No, that sounds right. It probably came out in around, probably around, what, like 2002, 2003? Probably around the time I graduated high school. That sounds about right. The original scene was an airplane and the plane went crashing through town on an island, and after 9/11 they were like, maybe not. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. I know I'm supposed to be writing right now, but 2002. 2002. Haha. 2002. The year before I graduated high school. You have me on TV! AB Coffee, I'm famous. Dad, hello! Just got a small break from work. I hope you're doing well. I hope Tara's doing well. Since you said last night that she had a bit of something happening. I hope she's doing well. And how are you? How are you both? Now I need to check. I think I got all of this information in here. Aw, thank you for the hearts. Hearts back at you. I'm all right. We're both well, just really tired. Got my 2 emotes approved. Oh, they're so cute. I'm assuming these are the ones. I love those. Did Mumbles make those? Oh, look at that tongue. I'd rather watch you on TV than Jay Leno. The petition for Megan to host The Tonight Show starts here. I would not be good at hosting The Tonight Show. My doggo was trying to take a nap while I was moving around, so I moved. No PC out here, but Amazon Stick plus Twitch app equals UNTV. Nice! Well, I hope I can live up to being on the big TV. Mumbles did the heart one. Aw, and Infinite Dog, the Atreus. Aw, they're both adorable. Megan Cutler Writer Podcast. Flutter and I almost started a podcast with a friend of ours for one hot minute, but it kind of fell through. I know I ran over the timer a little bit there, but I just wanted to finish that thought, because I've transposed some of what was in this other thing over into here. So that's 782 words. Not bad. A little slow because I did have to go back and look at a few things in the previous scene. And I think at this point, when we start up again, is when I'm gonna have the guy come in and be like, we're gonna give you a test. Only in a more serious fashion. One of these days I'm going to present those visual novel engines. Oh yeah! Oh my gosh. It's just, there's been so many nonstop crazy things happening since we tried to get together in Discord. Honestly, AB Coffee, I've had so much going on since July that it's just, I haven't really had a lot of free moments. And this weekend I'm running a D&D session on Saturday. Tomorrow night is craft night. We still haven't figured out all of Ghost's dental stuff. He still has to call the dentist and figure out what they want to do with the tooth that failed to complete the root canal. I think he's putting it off because he doesn't want to deal with it, which I get, but the dentist wants me to come in for my next appointment, and I'm like, first I kind of need to know how much money we need for Ghost's mouth, so maybe I'll just Discord post it. That would be cool. I don't know if it's the best place for it, but there is a writing resources area that you could definitely put it in there, or possibly the gaming section of the Discord as well for anyone else who would be interested in that kind of stuff. I know that we have some people, because I know Joe was talking last night on the podcast about potentially wanting to do a visual novel. So I know that him and possibly Dad and Billy might be interested in that, because they seem to be tossing around a few ideas. I'm just saying, guys, when you're ready to write the Beardy Bunch dating sim, please call me. Podcasts are being produced without me. I know, I haven't been invited to the Beardy Bunch podcast either. I'm assuming it's because I don't have a beard. Ghost was like, I'm gonna go to the Halloween store and get you one. And I was like, no, I accept my beardlessness. I accept that I have beard envy. I can't not grow one. If my hair was long enough, I would like braid it down like across my face, because I've seen ladies do this before where they like braid their hair into a beard, but I don't have enough length right now. This is like how long my hair is. So it won't there's no way to get it any length. I've had a couple of beards. I had a beard during the pandemic. Ghost has a pretty dedicated beard. Every now and then he shaves it when he tells his rugby boys that he'll have mutton chops. He did that, and then that happened. Every now and then he shaves it for Movember, which is not my favorite, but it's for charity, so stay tuned. I've considered making a full-blown dating sim, different setting than the demo, of course, but still writing quality, whatever it is I do. Yeah, no, if you write a dating sim, I'll gladly play it. What? Megan, you're awesome. Thank you, Woof, but I don't think I deserve that at all. I don't know what I've done to deserve this praise, but thank you. You guys are awesome. Mystery dating sim, to be honest. Ooh, that would be cool. Like you have to solve the mystery and get a date. No lies here. I'm not lying when I say you all are awesome. 'Cause you are. I'm gonna do a quick break because I have to run ads, evil ads. I hate them, but I want to run them so that people don't get pre-rolls, and because I have to pop AFK anyway. I would love a mystery dating sim. That would be so cool, especially if there was like different outcomes, like you don't solve the mystery but you still get the date, or you solve the mystery but you don't get a date. Like solve the mystery by getting a date. Ooh, that would be cool too. Like all the variation. I'm instantly in love with this idea. I will be right back. Keep talking about this because I'm very invested. I return. Gonna end up with 4 projects you're interested in just because I'm off being weird in Twitch chat. But I mean, what's the point of Twitch chat if that's not what we do? Give me that mystery smooching? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm gonna go straight into my next sprint here. Ooh, I'm gonna restart the timer though because it started without me and I want that extra 30 seconds. Because I'm a little bit behind where I want to be. But I do feel like I'm sort of finding the groove for this scene. I really like playing with a little bit of anachronistic elements in stories, so that's the fun of writing this bit. I made faces yesterday. I really need to figure out names for those faces. Oh yeah! How did the art breeding go? Sorry, I'm all over the place trying to get my chair in the right position. I'll be honest, I just use name generators for everything, so... I ran into a problem yesterday where I had named a bunch of characters but not decided what they looked like. So I was like... That'll be editing me's problem. Nice, I'm glad it went well. I love Art Breeder. I haven't played with it in a while because I do lose hours to that thing. But it is really super helpful. If links are cool, I can drop a couple. Absolutely. Links are totally fine, but thank you for asking. I do appreciate. Just got back from a little walk. Nice, Bird of Inferno. Welcome back. I haven't made a unique name myself since 2014. Yeah, every now and then a character pops into my head and is like, this is my name. And then any other time. Oh, I really like that. Do you mind if I show them on stream, Tempest? I really like that. I won't show it for long because we're mid-sprint, but this is the magic of Art Breeder. That is super cool. And it looks like a photo. I think that's way better than the one that I did one of Damarin, but it's much more, it looks much more like painted. Although I guess, you know, elf, you have to, you have to go a little bit more fantasy illustration for those. They're my fire mage. Nice! I can definitely see them as being fiery. Yeah, if you've never used Artbreeder, this is the sort of thing that you can get it to do. It takes some time to learn like how it mingles the features, but it's super cool. No idea what name. I unfortunately I'm the worst person to help with names. But if anyone in chat would like to throw anything out, please do. I named this dude Francisco. Let's take a look at him. Ooh, I like that one too. Francisco matches, I think. Welcome back, Exiled Fae. We're just looking at some of the pictures that that Tempest made with Artbreeder. Task 3 of 4 complete. Yes, Bird of Inferno. You're killing it. One more task to go. I hope after for task 4, I almost said 4th task and task 4 at the same time, which doesn't work. But I hope after task 4 you take a break, because breaks are important, you know? I did take a little break between 2 and 3. Excellent. And we'll probably read a bit after 4. Nice. Perfect. I just finished last night reading Eyes of the Overworld, which is the second book in the Dying Earth series by Jack Vance, and it was amazing. I loved it. I can't wait to read the next one because I think it's a continuation of the same story. Those books were heavy inspiration for the original Dungeons and Dragons, and they're bonkers, and I love them. Definitely do. It's listed as sci-fi, but it reads more like fantasy. The idea is that it's like millions of years in the Earth's future, the sun has turned dim and red. Everyone knows that the sun will eventually go out. Many civilizations have risen and fallen to dust, and these are the remnants of humanity living in the crumbling ruins. It's called The Dying Earth, is the series. The Dying Earth is, I believe, the first book as well, which is a series of short stories. The second one, the one I just finished, was Eyes of the Overworld. And then there's Cudgel's Saga, Cugel, and Rialto the Magnificent, or Rialto the Marvelous, I think is the last one. They're very good. They're very good. I've had them on my TBR for a while, and I'm so glad I'm finally digging into them. There was also a massive anthology that was written by a bunch of really popular authors that are short stories that are like in the Dying World universe, that are like their homage to Jack Vance, which I also have and I'm looking forward to reading. I know Neil Gaiman's in it, George R. R. Martin, tons of people. Next break I'll go grab it and show it to you. It's super cool. Yes, absolutely. I just have a collection that has all 4 books in one, but I will show you. All right, we are almost done with this scene. I'm just pulling some dialogue over from the old document. Where did we stop? It was right here. So that is 934. Perfect. Brings the total to 1,716, which is perfect. I will quickly wrap this up in the next sprint. And then we will start the next scene. Let me grab for you guys. Whoops. Dying Earth, Jack Vance. So, I can actually show you guys. This is the one that I have. Hang on. Ah! Sorry, that's kind of showing my address. Let me do this one where I'm not logged in. This is the one I have, Tales of the Dying Earth, which has all 4 of the original Dying Earth novels, which are called The Dying Earth, The Eyes of the Overworld, Cudgel Saga, and Rialto the Marvelous. I think you can probably still get them individually, but really the book is totally worth it. Question that you don't have to answer. Do you get paid more if I read your books through Kindle Unlimited or if I buy them on Kindle? If you purchase the books, I do get paid more. I make about half of the royalty rate that I would get if you purchase the book if you read it on Kindle Unlimited. If Kindle Unlimited is the easiest and most cost-effective way for you to access my work, that's totally cool. I get it. I appreciate the question, though. If you're wondering, and because this probably applies for most self-published authors, the highest royalty rate I get is for physical books. The second highest is for Kindle purchases, digital purchases, and then kind of the lowest is Kindle because the Kindle page rate fluctuates month to month and is unfortunately fairly low. But I do make a lot of my money off of Kindle Unlimited page reads, and I'm perfectly happy with anyone wanting to read them that way. Paperback enjoyers unite. Yeah, and I get it. Like, books are expensive. Reading is an expensive hobby. And if you're subscribed to Kindle Unlimited and the easiest way for you to read my stuff is through there, 100% fine. I appreciate it. But yeah, so this is the book I was talking about. And then there's another one. Hey, Neo, haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? And then there's a short story collection. I think it's called Tales of the Dying Earth. Short story. Whoops. This might be it. Songs of the Dying Earth. Whoops. Yes, this is the one I have. But it probably has a different cover now. So Songs of the Dying Earth is a short story compilation that was edited by George R.R. Martin. And it includes tons of short stories from different... Is there one that lists, like, the people? Let me actually just amble away from my computer for a hot minute. I say hi and leave. I work with another person and I hate it. Working my ass off? Oh no, Neo. I hope you're at least taking time for yourself every now and then. I already bought book 1 of the Celestial Serenade on Kindle, but wanted to check before I get the next one. Well, thank you so much. First of all, I hope you love the Celestial Serenade. I'm biased, but I love it quite a lot. And I really appreciate it. I just want people to know I'm always chill to talk about anything related to self-publishing, process, back end of Amazon, like any of that kind of stuff. I know it can sometimes be like people don't always like to talk about money and that kind of stuff, and I get that, but I'm always chill. You guys can ask me anything, and if there's something I really don't want to answer, I'll either be like, message me so that I can answer that off stream, or hey, just not comfortable talking with that. So Anton Enjoyers Unite. Yes. I love that people love Anton. He's my boy. Let me just go grab that book and I'll show it to you guys. So this was written, it's a bunch of like really popular authors who were inspired by Jack Vance and wrote stories in the same vein. And so the authors in here are Robert Silverberg, Matthew Hughes, Terry Dowling, Liz Williams, Mike Resnick, Walter John Williams, Paula Volsky, Jeff Vandermeer, Cage Baker, Phyllis Einstein, Elizabeth Moon, Lucius Shepard, Tad Williams, John C. Wright, Glenn Cook, Elizabeth Hand, Byron Tetrick, Tanith Lee, Dan Simmons, Howard Waldrop, George R.R. Martin, and Neil Gaiman. I don't know if you guys can read that. Maybe if I switch to the big one. So there you go. Table of contents. Neil Gaiman's in there. Some pretty big names in the sci-fi and fantasy genres. It looks very impressive. It's actually only about 700 pages. They're very thick pages. But yeah, so if you like The Dying Earth, then you can also read Songs of the Dying Earth. Yeah, I love these big, like, compilation books. I've had that on my to-read pile for a while. And because I'm such a huge D&D fan, right? Like, as soon as I found out that it's, like, the inspiration for D&D, I was like, I'm in. Cage Baker's time travel thing is a fave of mine. Yeah, if you recognize any of the names on that list, check out The Dying Earth and then check out Songs of the Dying Earth because, man, Jack Vance... I will say some of the stories have a little bit of a darker, they're a little bit dark fantasy, but they're very, like, if you play D&D, you can really, really see where they took inspiration from these, and they're very fun. I have a lot of time because the other dude is lazy. What? I just know that it can be taboo, so I try to be respectful. I really appreciate that, and also that's why I try to let people know I don't mind talking about that kind of stuff. I remember what it was like having no idea what I was doing and just being overwhelmed by the amount of information that's out there. And not all of the information that's out there is consistent when it comes to self-publishing. Lots of people have said lots of different things, and it can be really hard to sort through various things. So I totally don't mind being asked. My threshold for, like, questions... like, if you ask me something ultra personal, I might be like, I don't know if I want to talk about that, but anything that's, like, related to the mechanics of self-publishing or, like, the process, anything like that, I'm totally cool with answering. If it feels inappropriate for stream, I might just say, hey, message me on Discord, but I know that not necessarily everyone treats it that way, so I'm cool with you guys knowing that I'm cool with that stuff. I wait on him while I work on another project. Damn, this man is irritating. So wait, you have a new work partner that, like, is slower than you, Neo? Is it because he doesn't work 24 hours a day? Oh, Neo's lurking. Enjoy your lurk, Neo. Very pretty. Yes, and like I said, the one that I showed, I've kind of scrolled it away into one of my drawers because I finished the second book last night, but the Tales of the Dying Earth that I have is about this size too, and it's super cool. I will definitely tag that so I remember it exists. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that a lot of, like, sci-fi and fantasy authors have been inspired by Jack Vance. I believe that he wrote the original Dying Earth in it was either the 50s or the 70s. They're quite old. They're not quite old enough to be in public domain yet. Sadly, because I want to read some of his other books, but they're hard to find. But yeah, definitely worth the read. I'm a really big fan of like classic old sci-fi and fantasy too. Um, if you don't mind a little bit of cheese and camp, check out A Princess of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Check out the Barsoom series. I'll type it into chat. Super cool. Really cheesy because it's old. It was written like literally in I think 1909. But I love the Barsoom series. I've read the first two so far. I'm about to read the third one coming up here pretty soon. I think the next thing I'm going to read is I've been reading through the Sherlock Holmes novels, so I think I'm going to read the third Sherlock Holmes. Definitely if you like campy old sci-fi and you don't mind a bit of cheese, check out Barsoom series. It's so good. I'm totally down for cheese and camp. Bird of Inferno, I'm telling you. It's so good. It's so good. It's like candy to me. I'm like, oh, it's giving me cavities, but I want more. Old-timey Mars stuff inspired a lot of what I wrote in college. Yes. Oh, Exiled Fae. I'm so glad to find other people who appreciate this kind of stuff. It's really interesting to read some of like the older classics because you can see how genres have evolved over time and how the rules that we follow today for writing some of our stuff, like Jack Vance didn't follow those rules. Freaking the Dune books don't follow those rules. Frank Herbert didn't follow those rules. But you can sort of see where the things that we do today have grown out of like these old classics and kind of why we don't write like that anymore. But also it's sometimes refreshing to read the way that, you know, because these are the books that sort of evolved the genres that I write in, right? Because I write sci-fi and fantasy. So it's good to see like the evolution, to see how different writers handle different things, to see sometimes like I would describe Jack Vance's work as completely off the rails, but it's amazing. Like I've enjoyed every minute of it. I'm gonna start another sprint because I gotta get the ball rolling on getting these two scenes finished, but heck yeah. And if you guys have any recommendations of like, they don't even have to be older books, but any recommendations that you guys have of like favorite books, feel free to toss them at me. I do have a note where I write things down that people have recommended to me. My to-read list is like 10 years long, but I definitely collect everything and try to read it. Cause yeah, you never know when you're gonna find something totally awesome. even if it's old, it can still be awesome. It's interesting too, because if any of you have seen Blade Runner is based on, and or the new Blade Runner, which was friggin' amazing. I think it was Ryan Reynolds in that, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Such a good movie. But it's based on an old book called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I haven't read it, but I'm very tempted. My TBR is stupidly long. I know. One of the things that makes me sad is that I probably can't read as many books in my lifetime as I want to. I try not to think about that. Because I'm like, I want to read all the books. But yeah, totally. Like I'm a huge sci-fi fantasy nerd, so anything, it doesn't have to be new, it doesn't have to be old, but anything. I read it. It's weird AF, but good. I mean, I've read a lot about it because I've done some like deep dives on lore for Blade Runner because Blade Runner is so good and the new Blade Runner is so good. And it's very, like, it's one of those things where it's really bizarre, but it makes you think. It makes you think about your perception of the world, and it makes you think of, like, what all people have done with, like, that concept and that idea. So, you know, that, to me, that's why I always say, write your stories. Like, it doesn't matter how weird or silly or whatever it might seem, because chances are, like, someone's gonna read that and it's going to spark some idea in them, and they're going to be like, but wait, I never thought about it this way. I'm a big classics person in general. I got concussed in high school and used the audiobooks on LibriVox to survive. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I read a lot in high school too. Like, books were, I mean, one of the reasons why, I've said this before, but one of the reasons why I write is because, you know, I went through some rough stuff when I was younger. Family related stuff, which we won't necessarily go down that rabbit hole again, but whenever I felt alone or isolated or like I didn't have friends, I would read, and books gave me friends. Books gave me people that I loved to hang out with and worlds that I loved to explore. I read the Dragon Riders of Pern series when I was in high school. I read David Eddings' Belgariad and Malorian. I eventually, not in high school, but I eventually read the Silmarillion just because. They were such a nice escape, exactly. And so my thought is, hey, if I can write a story that does that for someone else, right? If I can give someone a friend, if I can give someone a world, a way to step out of their space and into another space, I'm tearing up again. I do this to myself. That's why I write, and never underestimate how much it might mean to someone to have that in their life. So if someone looks at your stuff and is like, who's gonna read this? Punch them in the face, because someone's gonna read it. Someone's gonna love that. Someone is gonna appreciate that. And I grew up hearing there's no money in writing. How are you gonna be a writer? You don't spell very well. Like, I heard all the stuff, right? You need to learn math and science because books aren't important. Punch those people in the face. Do your thing. Write your story. Because people need stories. Like, stories are what let us survive. So, and really honestly, people don't realize how much in our world and in our lives come from stories. If you were to erase art and literature from the world, pretty much you would only ever stare at a blank wall. Or maybe watch the news, and that would be awful. So, anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but that's one of my big things is like never, ever, ever let someone rob you of your voice to tell stories, because the world needs your stories, and only you can tell your stories your way. Even if your story is similar to another story, it doesn't matter, because your voice is what makes it special. Reminds me of Dead Poets Society movie quote. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life, but poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. Exactly. I feel that. I resonate with that. You know, there's lots of important things in the world, and I think our society always says, you know, working is important, and, you know, engineering. And, you know, yes, that's true. I'm not trying to say, like, those things aren't important. But at the end of the day, when the doctor comes home, when the lawyer comes home, when the engineer comes home, they probably turn on Netflix or Disney Plus, and they probably watch a movie or a TV show. And guess who made that? It was a storyteller. We all need times where we turn off our brain and we're not thinking about something anymore, and we're it doesn't matter what type of story it is either. It could be a real life story, it could be a slice of life story, it could be, you know, even documentaries are put together by storytellers. So we're important too, is all I'm saying. And now, like I said, I'm gonna do the clicky clackies. Bard, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the bits. You're so sweet. I'm very good at turning off my brain. Woof. You are very good at giving feedback to make stories better. Don't discount yourself. Bard, how is the day treating you? I hope it's going well. I am not very good at turning off my brain, which may be why I didn't sleep great last night. Oh my goodness, has the writing time, did I turn the writing timer on and then just ignore it? What happened? Okay, I'm gonna do it for realsies. That was the best way of the universe to be like, excuse me, you haven't been writing for the last 10 minutes? Get going, girl. Gonna get a snack? Then I will tackle task 4. Hey, a little procrastination is fine. But good luck. Enjoy your snack. I also didn't sleep great last night. I've had a migraine since 1. Oh no, Bard. I hope that you're able to get some away from screen time today. Very important if you've got a migraine. And that you can get some rest and feel better. Flutter die. Wait before you lurk. Hang on, I'm gonna restart the timer. Before you lurk. Look what came! It's here! I'm gonna start it on Friday. I'm gonna start with Belle because she's in the middle. Okay, now you can lurk. I'm very excited too. Yeah, I already looked at where the middle is and it's Belle, so I think I'm gonna try and start with her dress. I love you too, sweetie. I hope you're having a good day as well. I hope unpacking is treating you well. My coffee maker is finally out. Yes, that is the best. Is it Nick Somnus? Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Please let me know if I said your name wrong. Just Nyx is fine? Awesome. My brain almost went NYX and then I was like, no, you know that word. You know that's Nyx. How are you doing, Nyx? And what are you up to? Back with a cookie. Nice, that's the best. Doing well, was just browsing categories on Twitch and was so happy to find that there's a writing category. There is! And there are so many amazing, awesome writers to hang out with on Twitch. I'm glad you've discovered us, and I hope we'll help you discover many more as well. There's actually, if you haven't heard of it yet, we were just talking about this in the Discord this morning. There is a game in November called Game of Tomes that many of the Twitch writing community participate in. It's run and organized by Twitch community writers. Basically, you join a house, you compete, you submit your words to compete for the tome, and I believe in November we fight the Horde of Undead, so I'm looking forward to experiencing that for the first time. But it's super great. So even if you're not planning on participating in Game of Tomes, there's so many awesome people to meet on here, and everyone is very friendly and welcoming. It's great. I did the tourney in, I think it was July, and it was so much fun. I'm really, really looking forward. House Avis all the way. Yes, if anyone from the Game of Tomes community, because I know there are several of you lurking in chat, if anyone would like to pitch their house, please feel free. I know the houses are always recruiting. I am House Molesca myself. We are the sea creatures. July was so much fun. I can't wait for November. I know it's going to be crazy, but I'm also looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. My goodness, my brain is suddenly all over the place. I switched to first person there for a second. House Avis are the birds. We're a minor house, and last I heard we were attached to Sauropoda, the dinos. You absolutely can. Feel free to drop a link for the Game of Tomes Discord as well if you would like. I will also do a quick Discord for, this is Ghost and I's Discord, the Pepper Patch, where you can hang out with myself and my husband. We do have a writing section on there, but definitely if you're interested in Game of Tomes, pop into their Discord. Everyone on there is super helpful, and every time someone new arrives, house representatives are always ready to be like, hey, we're looking for people. This is our house. So... And the website that Bird of Inferno just posted has all the rules as well. So that is going to bring us to the end of that scene, which makes that scene 2,105 words. Perfect. I'm going to slip up here and grab the nice little cute break thing I made for this series. And we're going to start scene 2. Now, my hope was to hit at least 10,000 words today, and since we're only about 600 words away, and I definitely think the scene will be longer than that, I think we're gonna do it, and I'm super excited. Thank you, Bird of Inferno, for dropping those links. I really appreciate it. And I will say, the Game of Tomes Discord is very large and very active, so don't be overwhelmed when you first go in. Just hit up that welcome thread and say hi, and many, many people will be willing to help you. That's how it was when I got there. And I really appreciated it, because everyone is so helpful and nice. So, yeah, absolutely. And Nix, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. And if you're working on a project and would like to talk about it, let us know as well. So... now I have to look at the second scene here. So they teleport to a crowded street. So what did I say? She has to get a task. She has to get a task. She has to get a scroll. Okay. I remember when I first got in the Twitch writing community, it was a bit overwhelming and confusing. Yes, there's there's a lot to get oriented on. I am working on a high fantasy novel called, this one is called Someone's Errant Child. It's in a series called Everyone's Child, which I've actually just started. And the scene that we're about to write is about our character Siri doing a test where she has to retrieve a dangerous scroll from a mage without being seen. Hello, Nickel Knot. How are you doing? Mustang Aspen, hello! How was the rest of your stream? How did words go? Everyone check out Mustang Aspen. Doing great. Thank you for giving me attention from your precious time. Always, of course. I'm a little bit less talkative sometimes during sprints, but I always try to keep up with chat when I can. Hey, every raid is precious. It doesn't matter how many people are in it. Maintained 1,100 words an hour. That's awesome. I don't even think I've done I don't even think I've done that many in an hour, in all honesty. Task Force is not cooperating. Oh no! Is there any way we can help Bird of Inferno? If not, we're cheering for you. The big thing is I managed to go for the full 3 hours. Nice! Perfect! I'm assuming that means that you wrote about 3,300 words today? That's pretty impressive for 3 hours. time. Let's see. How many words did we do that time? I think we started there. Probably a slightly smaller word count this time because I did have to pause and scan the scene. So 743 words that sprint, and that brings our total for this stream to 2,461. Not bad. I usually aim for writing between 3,000 and 4,000 words, so I definitely think we're gonna hit that. I'm not sure how long this particular scene will be. I'd like it to probably be around at least 2,000 words, so we got some work on it to do yet. But I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I definitely feel like I'm picking up the flow of this. It's all good. I think I put it aside for a moment and read something from my writing group that I've been meaning to get to all week. Nice! Gonna have to figure out what to do for Nano. I'm thinking of taking small game breaks like the Pomodoro method says so I can put in my daily 6 hours of writing easier. I mean, hey, whatever works for you. I think one of the big things about NaNoWriMo is helping you develop healthy habits, right? So if there's something that you've been wanting to try that you think will work for you, November is a good time to try it because I think people get really caught up in like the word counts and wanting to win, and that's fine. But I think the main thing about NaNoWriMo is less about writing 50,000 words, and it's more about developing habits, developing strategies and routines that allow you to hit word counts consistently. So even if you don't hit the 50,000 in Nano, but you find a way to write consistently, that's still a win, because that's giving you something that you can carry forward into other months. And then you come back the next year and you hit the 50K, right? So I really struggled with NaNoWriMo and the concept of NaNoWriMo when I was younger. When I was first getting into writing, not necessarily because I was younger, just I was a younger writer. And I had a love-hate relationship with it for a long time, but I've kind of figured out that it's more about the routine. It's more about the habits. That's why it gives you rewards for writing every day, right? For having streaks. I never get those because I don't write every day. I take weekends off, but I'm an experienced writer now who has a routine, and I don't need to write on weekends to hit my 50, right? So I still have to choose what my Nano project is going to be. Mustang, you have a whole month and a half to do that. You're gonna be fine. I haven't declared my Nano project yet. Let me sign in before I flash this on screen. I have not declared my Nano project for the year, although I know what it's going to be. But I will take you guys in to look at my previous projects so you guys can see just how many of my books have been NaNoWriMo projects. Life is But a Dream, which is on Amazon. You can buy it today if you want to, although you should start with the first one in the series, Dreamers Do Lie. Was a Nano project, and I actually started it midway through. I was a rebel that year. I was midway through the project. I used Nano to finish the book, and I was 5,000 words short of the 50, but I finished the book, so whatever. And then Symphony of the Stars, again, you can buy it on Amazon in either big book form or small book form. NaNoWriMo project, and I hit the 50 that year. Soul of the Sun, which is going to be coming out next year, so it doesn't have a proper cover yet. This is my temp cover. NaNoWriMo project. My Arovalia books. All three of my Arovalia trilogies have so far been Nano projects, and my Nano project for this year is going to be Beyond the Moon's Beams, the fourth trilogy in my Arovalia series. I've already planned it. I just haven't uploaded the temp cover. I did 128,916 words last Nano. How did that happen? I have 8 projects to choose from. I mean, Mustang, if you love them all equally, roll a d8. If you're having that much trouble choosing, let the universe take the wheel. I always push hard on Nano to win as a way to prove to myself that I'm not as broken as I believe I am. Mustang. You need to be forgiving with yourself. Not every day is a good day, and that's okay. Some days, some writing days you're on fire, some writing days you struggle. It's fine. You're not broken. You're fine. Hey, little Banshee. Hello. Let's have a stretch. Let's do it. Also, I don't want to put you too much on the spot, Mustang, but I've seen you talk a little bit in the open about depression, and that doesn't mean that you're broken either. Depression sucks, but it is a thing that our brains do that we have to struggle with, and it does not mean that you're broken. Absolutely not. Be born in the strug, be molded by it. Exactly. Exactly. If anyone wants more Nano friends, Bird of Inferno, I'm Bird of Inferno on there too. Yes, I am Megan Cutler on there. Feel free to search for me, add me. I don't check this very often before October, but I will add you when I see you. One of the reasons why I flashed this on here is that if anyone wants to add me as a buddy, please feel free. Always happy to have more Nano buddies. Being kind of lazy this year. That was my hydrate, by the way, for you, Halo. I forgot to announce it, but I did see the hydrate. Being kind of lazy this year, going to practice short stories and working on world building. I don't think that's lazy. I think any words are right. Like, any writing words are perfectly valid Nano words. So, yeah. Sorry, I hope, Mustang, I hope you don't mind me calling you out a little bit there. But you're awesome. And I want you to know that you're awesome. So I'm going to tell you. And if I need to tell you every day that you're awesome, I will. I'm gonna. So take that. Take that awesomeness, because you have it. So yeah, I'm really excited about Nano. I used to have a really love-hate relationship with Nano, but now I get really excited about it. I do have a very aggressive schedule for my writing for the rest of the year, and I do have to basically do Monday to Friday Nano. So we're gonna see how that goes. Take your own medicine, ma'am. Excuse me? Are you telling me that I'm awesome, Woof? I won't stand for it. I won't stand for it. No, I will. Thank you. You guys are amazing, and you make me feel amazing even when I don't feel like I deserve to feel amazing. So, yeah. Wolf is right. Well, thank you, Flutter. I appreciate that. I want you guys to know that every writer has days where they feel like, what am I doing with my life? I can't actually do this. And one of the people who was, I won't shout out who, but someone who was watching stream yesterday sent me an email and was like, it's nice to know that, like, they said even pros, I don't know if I consider myself a pro, but they said even pros sometimes struggle. And it's like, yeah, no matter how many novels you write, you're gonna have that day where you're like, oh shit, what am I doing? Or, oh shit, this project is garbage, or what was I thinking? It's okay. Work through those days. Don't let them stop you. I'm going to take a quick bio break because I need one and I need to run some ads. So please don't panic if you see some ads. I'm probably going to go for about another hour, maybe a little bit less, because around 1:30 I'll have to stop and eat lunch. I think that should bring us to the end of this scene, though. I have a roadmap in my head of what I want this scene to be. So hopefully it will cooperate. We'll see. If it doesn't cooperate, we'll beat it into submission. And I will be right back. I also have to grab some more water because I'm running low on liquid to hydrate with. And we can't have that. So I will be back. Please take care of yourselves. If you need to get up, stretch, grab a drink, take a pill, anything you need to do, please don't forget to do it. And I'll be back. I'm back. I let my white noise turn off again, you guys. Ugh. The struggle. All right. Hopefully we got it. No. Oh. It doesn't like me today. I am back. And as soon as I get my white noise going again, we will do another sprint. I'm hoping 2 sprints will let me finish this. So we shall see. Uh-oh. What is happening? My iPad hates me right now. I tried to do this off stream so we wouldn't have to fight with the white noise today, but it clearly has other ideas. Actually, I should have done this while I was AFK, but let me take this book back into my room and see if not looking at my iPad makes it work for a second. Did the reverse psychology work? It didn't. It's still not loading. Switching to lurking so I can concentrate on reading. Not sure if I'll be active again before the end of stream, so in case I'm not, thank you for the stream and motivation. Always a good time here. Thank you so much, Bird of Inferno, for hanging out. I'm really glad we could give you a nice chill space. And good luck with the rest of your day. Enjoy your reading. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay. It's happening. I walked away and left it unsupervised for a second and it decided that it was happier. So yes, this is me on NaNoWriMo if anyone wants to... Oh, Bird of Inferno wants to be buddies. Let's do that. Accept and accept. Nice. And I wait until October to update my NaNoWriMo project for the year. So in the first week of October, expect me to start doing updates. All right, clicky clacky time. Oops. Now I used something in here that I wanted to pull over. You're making me want to switch my format back to traditional you nano folk. I mean, I imagine you could write a visual novel for nano if you want. You could write the script during nano. You wouldn't have to switch. I mean, I think people traditionally have thought of NaNoWriMo. I kind of wrote about this on my blog recently, but I think people traditionally think of Nano as being just for novels, but you can really write anything. You can write short stories, you could write blogs if you wanted. I mean, anything. You could do notes, you could do outlining. They even have a badge for being a Nano Rebel now and just continuing a project you're already working on. So, I mean, whatever you want, go for it. I think I am literally contradicting myself here, but I will fix that. I will fix that during edits. Gonna use it to push through and finish my current work in progress. Absolutely. I'll probably be mid-project too, so I'll probably Nano Rebel this year. I've been lollygagging too long. I could just write whatever for funsies. Sounds like a future Megan problem. Absolutely a future Megan problem. I don't allow myself to edit for these sort of things. I'll just make a note and fix it in post. But yeah, you could just write whatever for funsies. I mean, Nano doesn't have to be super serial. I know people who do visual novels by writing out the script and also scening everything for their artists for the word count. Exactly. You could totally do that for Nano. Absolutely. Also, you don't necessarily have to set a 50,000 word goal. You could set a, if you're doing a comic, you could set a like number of pages that you want to get done, or, you know, finish one issue or whatever. Like, you can totally customize it yourself. The point is to do work, not necessarily to hit a number goal. Rhetoric, thank you for the raid. Did I say your name? Rhetoric Rich, I think? Did I say it right? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. How did your stream go this morning? How was raiding? The Rhetoric sent me. Ooh, hello, Swiftness author. How are you? Thank you so much for the follow, Swiftness author. Appreciate. Thank you for the lurk. Please enjoy. Sorry, I know I'm not talking much right now. I'm trying to get some words in this sprint. I'm a little behind where I want to be. This scene is not going the way I expected it to go, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it resolves. I was like, the thing is going to get left somewhere that she can steal it, and then I was like, no, that would be really easy, so we're doing something totally different than what I wrote down in the plan. Just chapter 4, and we're already just swerving down a different exit than we anticipated. Have to go pick up meds, but we should talk at some point later when you have spare time. Mustang, message me on Discord when you get back, and we'll see. We'll see when our schedules align. Things are getting wild. Yeah, no, this is off the map. It's not from the outline. It's not from the original. We're just doing a new thing, I guess. This is just not like... Alright, it's break time. Somehow, instead of stealing this scroll out of a locker, which was the original plan, my character now has, I don't know, roughly 1,000 words to steal it from right in front of 2 people. How much did I write during that? Where did I stop the last time? I think I started here? Question mark? Does that seem right? No, I had to have written more than that because there was about 300 words, I think. So I think we actually started here. That makes more sense. So 974 words. That sprint sounds more correct. And we're 1,323 words into this scene, which is good. Another 900 or so words would do it. I just now, on the fly, because my brain just threw this at me, have to decide how this character is going to steal this object in plain sight without getting discovered. This is sophisticated pantsing. You've made your outline, you have your plan, but as a heightened intellectual, you have decided to ignore it completely. Yep. Moose, hello, how are you? What are you up to today? We are finishing up, hopefully finishing up a scene, that has just taken a wild change in direction. I'm loving it. I'm loving where this is going. There's gonna be nothing in this old scene that's gonna help me. Because I'm pretty sure she stole it out of... I'm also pretty sure that what I wrote the first time wasn't good. But I'm also pretty sure she just stole it out of the locker the last time. So yeah, my plan, tentatively, because she has illusion magic. I believe we established that during the world building phase. So tentatively, they're in a tavern. She needs to get a scroll that a halfling is selling to an elf. Tentatively thinking she's going to, because she's invisible right now and can pass through walls, she's going to go into the kitchen, disguise herself as a waitress, wait until they are about to do the exchange of the sale, come out under the guise of like delivering drinks or food or whatever. It's not going to be what they ordered, but she's just going to show up with stuff to put on the table and somehow knock the scroll in its pouch off of the table. Hopefully pick it up off the floor before they do. This is her plan. Pick it up off the floor before they do. Switch it for a decoy pouch that doesn't have the scroll in it, and then slither away with the scroll to vanish before they realize what happened. Of course, there'll have to be some trouble, like she successfully knocks the pouch off the table, but then one of them picks it up before her, so there'll have to be a little bit of hot potato. Hopefully that's exciting enough. I can't think of any other way for her to really get this thing, so this is where my brain is going, and if it doesn't work, if it doesn't feel exciting enough, then that'll be a problem for editing me. Another future Megan problem, because this is what my brain decided we're doing. So evidently this is what we're doing. And hopefully we can write all that in one more sprint, because I gotta go eat lunch. And I need to put dinner in the crock pot also. So this has to happen. we gotta make it happen. All right. We can do this. It's just a completely off the cuff plan that may or may not make sense. We can do it. Maybe. Hopefully. We can do it. I feel like this is the first time that I've written on something on stream where I've actually, like, because I know I've done some adjustments on the fly before on stream, but I feel like this is the first time that I've been radically like, here's my outline, screw that, I'm doing this now. So I'm a little bit nervous. All right, I'm gonna stop chugging coffee and I'm gonna do it. Let's make this happen. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous I can't type words. Legit need a nap. Have a good day. May the words flow. Thank you so much, Exiled Fae, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Have a good nap. Naps are the best. I said that yesterday. I'll say it every day. Naps are the best. I'm jealous, but enjoy. I almost never have time to take naps anymore, but they're so good. So far, the random thing is going well, so we'll see, I guess. Had a separate large big project that required an outline, too many parts to pan sit, making an outline was actually painful. I actually have embraced making outlines. It's not my favorite thing to do, but they help me a lot, so I devote the time to it. But as you can see, the outline is mutable. Coffee's gone. Water instead. Just enrolled in a bartending school. That's awesome, Flutter. When do you start? Also, I know you're gonna nail it. You're gonna be the best. The 26th. Nice. Oops. I feel like what is happening right now in this scene is a controlled disaster, and I love it. I'm living for what is happening right here. It's so comical, but also amazing. I might hate it later, but I love it right now. Doing some research, and I think I have to go to the second page of Google. What? How dare those search results not be on the first page? Ghost is going to the store today. Ooh. Not sure if that's the best place to end that, but I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I did it. I finished the scene in the sprint. Where did I can never remember where I stopped. Ghost Starburn, well done for finishing the scene in the sprint. Thank you so much, Tupper Hunter. Also, hello. How are you? Question of the year is mechanical good or the silent keyboard? I like my mechanical keyboard. I really like the visceral sensation of the clicky clack feedback that I get when I type. My husband hates the sound though, so it really depends on you. If you like the sound, go for the mechanical keyboard. It'll be very rewarding. If you hate the sound, go for a more standard keyboard that isn't going to drive you bonkers. My experience has been that most writers like the mechanical clicky clack, and some people who are not writers don't necessarily. My husband has told me that he hears my clicky clacks in his nightmares. I think I started... Did I start here? I seem to remember the pacing. So I think I started here. Question mark. 1,256? That seems like a lot of words for that last sprint. The scene was 2,579 though, so happy with that. Let's see how many we wrote for the whole stream. We started at chapter 4. Beginning of chapter 4. 4,691. That's our best session with this so far. I'm very happy with that. And my goal was to hit 10K in this novel. We've hit 12K. For the first week, for 3 writing sessions, that's pretty amazing. I'm pretty happy with that. 3 of 10, I've not seen any mentions of moose yet in the scene. There isn't a moose in this scene because it is a city scene. So that is a very fair review. But there will be some travel scenes coming up where there could be some moose. So I will keep that in mind. I will definitely be on the lookout for places where my characters can see moose. I don't think a moose would be walking down the main street of a capital city. And if we did, the scene would be about something else. When listening to streams, I love hearing that sweet, sleep, clicky clack. Me too. It's just, there's just something so rewarding about it, because you know that something is happening. Just giving you a hard time. I know. Moose, I appreciate it. I need a hard time in my life sometimes. So glad your story is going well. Thank you, Tupper Hunter. Me too. I was a little worried. I admit on Tuesday when we started this, I was a little bit like, what am I doing? Am I even prepared for this story? Like, is this gonna happen? What have I done? But today, 12K later, I'm definitely feeling good. I feel like I'm catching the groove, and definitely having my brain say, hey, here's a fun thing that you can do with this scene that you're in the middle of writing. That felt really good too. So who knows how we'll feel about it when I go back and read it later, but I had a really fun time writing this chaotic, like, sort of, instance comedy where things are flying off a table and people are yelling in the background, and I'm really happy about it. So hopefully I'll feel the same way when I come back to edit it. For now though, I'm gonna have to raid and run because I need food and I need to heat up my food. Now I'm very hungry. So I hate to run out on you guys, but I gotta. We're gonna raid someone. I will be back tomorrow evening on Flutterdie's channel. I'm gonna give her a shout out. We are gonna be doing crafts tomorrow on Flutter's channel. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be Itzwoof. It's gonna be Flutterdie, and hopefully the lovely Vinyl Stencil will be joining us. We will be crafting. I will be doing cross stitch. I will be doing this cross stitch. Whoops. Oh. Threw the other one across the room. I'm gonna be doing this cross stitch. I'm gonna be starting with Belle's dress because it's in the middle, so I'm super excited about that. The yarns came organized already, which I'm super excited about. I used to, all my old kits, I had to organize them myself. So someone got super smart about these cross stitch kits. Yo. So that's happening tomorrow. I believe we start around 7:30 PST. Flutter can correct me if I'm wrong. So hopefully I'll see you there. I will be back writing next week. I'm not sure what my schedule will be. I might try to keep it to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I might do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. I'm not quite sure. So keep an eye out on the Discord or in the About section. You'll notice that there is a countdown to the next stream there, and also there's a schedule area on Twitch. I try to keep all of those updated. So I'll see you next week for more Everyone's Child. So gonna post my presentation to the Discord somewhere in writing resources. Yes, definitely, please do that. I would love to take a look at it. Let's see. Let me switch from my iPad back to my computer so I can see what people are doing on Twitch. Let's see. Who is doing what? Oh, Anne is writing. I don't think we've gotten to read her before.
Places.
And I think she just started. Let's do it! Let's pop over and give her some love and some cheer while she's writing. Please feel free to use any emotes, but here are some suggestions of emotes that you can use for the raid call. Any emote that makes you happy makes me happy. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. I know we went into some intense emotional areas a few times today, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I really appreciate that people feel like this is a space where they can talk and be honest and be themselves and just chill. So thank you for that. I definitely woke up this morning feeling a bit blah, but I feel much better having hung out with you guys, having read all this stuff. Definitely turned my day around. So you guys are awesome. Absolutely all of you. You guys can shove that back in my face if you want, but seriously, thank you to Mustang Aspen, EEC Books, and also Rhetoric Rich for the raids. I really appreciate it. Love to all of you. I will see you either tomorrow night. I'll also be hopefully doing Divorce Court with Ghost Pepper on Saturday night. So I'll hopefully see you in one of those two places, or I'll see you next week. Take care, friends.
Now let's go. Holy crumbs. Striker